Hi guys, I probably left some of like what we were just talking about in, because we came up with the idea with the topic as we're here, because we had another topic which I am excited about, and I think in the future we can do, but full disclosure, we just didn't do our research. We had both had a busy week and we didn't go diving into it, and it was one of those topics like I really want to dive into and explain myself, give multiple perspectives. But yeah, so we actually switched topics on the fly, and
We sat here and talked about it for a little over 2.5 minutes trying to figure out.
yes, we did. Oh, we were just talking about having a recording tally.
Yeah.
This gives us a recording tally. We know exactly how long we've been recording. So we know if I've been blabbering too long and we need to stop. So, hi. We're in a different location again.
And it's probably going to change again.
I think it will. This last
At
one...
least one more time.
And of course, I say this, but it's probably not true. But this last one, I think, is going to be our final resting place.
The next one, yes.
I'm going to rearrange my entire life, and it'll be great. But I might not do that until after camp, because otherwise that's a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
We should record a podcast at camp.
That'd be fun.
We can do it. Like,
Yeah.
There's no reason not to. All right, sweet. You might see a camp podcast. We can use the I have a dynamic mic, and we can just like share it because it's omnidirectional.
Mm-hmm.
That way, we could do it like in the coffee shop, and people aren't like crowded out. Anyway, back to our topic. We're talking about, and this is kind of goes into it, talking about camp, purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically, doing things for a purpose rather than just doing things because you want to. Because, like, I just recently got in I don't want to say a debate necessarily. There's this one friend of mine who listens to country music. And, like, if you look at the words, certain country music is just bad, period. Mm-hmm. Some of it, it's not specifically bad, right? So you look at that and you go, well, I mean, it's not bad per se, so why not listen to it? And my reason for it is it doesn't really glorify God, and so it's like, what's the point? But of course, if I say that, I have to look at everything else in my life.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing to say, but a hard thing to live.
Yeah.
But like, we need to have a purpose in everything we do. And so I guess the big thing is like, what constitutes something that's like purposeful or meaningful versus something that's just frivolous or vain?
That's a good question, because, like, there can be stuff that you want to do and can have a good outcome.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, still can be like, well, that was a good outcome, but
to what end?
Yeah, to what end?
Like, good for who? Like,
yeah.
Because, like, there's certain things, like, okay, I think about, I mean, maybe a good example would be, like, an amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool, they're fun. But I feel like if I just went to an amusement park on my own and rode everything and left, it's like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like experiencing the thrill for nothing, pretty much. You ended up right back where you were.
Literally. When it comes to roller coasters.
Or, well, pretty much every ride ever.
Yeah.
And the only thing that changed is you're a little more poor.
Mm-hmm. Or if you went to Six Flags, you're a lot more poor.
Yeah.
Or if you went to Disneyland, you're in major debt.
Yeah.
It just... And so, but then I look at that, but then I go to the other side and I go, well, I have gone to Six Flags with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
And that was fun because I was with people.
And then now you're creating memories.
Now you're creating memories. You're strengthening relationships. Like, you're really getting stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like with that, there is good in that. There is purpose in that. There is, that's a good thing. And so that's the type of thing I think about specifically with this podcast. I mean, that's part of the reason I got rid of the name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so technically, this is a brand new podcast. Welcome to Life Theory. We're theorizing about things. And we have raspberry lemonade. I assume homemade?
Yes. Yep. I mean, more or less homemade.
Yes. Not homemade syrups, but the lemonade is homemade.
Yes.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah.
You should use, when you get a coffee shop, this should be on the menu, for sure.
It will most likely.
But that's what I was thinking is, that's the reason we got rid of the name. Is the old name, sure, now there was also the aspect of you could have seen it as having certain connotations that were unsavory, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
But not necessarily. It's more ambiguous. It depends how you interpret it, I guess.
Yeah.
Of course, that was not intended.
Yeah.
But the thing that really pushed me over the edge as far as, yeah, we either need to, like, start something new or change the name, is someone's like, it tells me nothing about the show. Like, I don't know what the Odd Unicorn podcast is by the name. And I was like, oh, yeah, me neither. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. There was no visible purpose. We had a purpose with the podcasts. And, or you did, I should say. And, I think it obviously turned out well.
it did. The podcast had a purpose.
Yes.
But the title was pretty purposeless.
Yeah. I know for myself, this is actually something that I thought about before. Because, I'm married. I'm on my second house, that I've owned.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And there's just times where it just feels like, what am I doing? Like, obviously, I have purpose of, like, I go to work every morning.
Yep.
And that has a purpose of paying my bills, maybe paying for some extra things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and then it's like, but what else? Is that it? Am I doing anything else? I'd like to pick up a hobby here or there. And there's been a few things that I've maybe started, but I didn't see, like, I didn't have a purpose.
Yeah, you didn't have, like, a way to use that
Mm-hmm.
for purpose. Like,
Yeah, is this going to be useful or not? Yeah, and so that's definitely something that I've thought of, because there can be also things that don't necessarily have an end goal or an end purpose of the in the topic of hobbies. Maybe you're doing a hobby that doesn't necessarily have an end goal. Like, for a lot of people, they can do a hobby that they can also have some type of product that they could sell or something.
yep.
Yeah. But a lot of hobbies don't have that angle.
Yeah.
Don't have that end purpose. And so the question is, what's the purpose?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going with this? Is this hobby useful, or is this just a distraction? Is there something else you could be doing
Yeah.
that this hobby is taking the time of?
That is the frustrating thing about being an adult.
Yeah.
Like, it took me the Lego set you bought me, what was it, 2 years ago?
Something like that, 1 or 2 years ago.
I want to say it was
remember.
2 years ago, and a month ago I put it together.
Yeah.
It sat there, and I'm like, I want to build that, but I gotta do the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, but I have to do, whatever. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to bed. I gotta whatever for 2 years. And then finally, I just came up on a time where there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day. I might share that here at some point of what happened a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating story. A little teaser for them. But back to our topic, it's hard to do hobbies that don't have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That is also partially why, like, I think, like, when I'm doing video photography, like, I have to share it. So I'm like, well, then it has a purpose. And the answer is you don't have to. Like,
Yeah.
but I do agree that, like, things should be done for a purpose. Sometimes the purpose could just be self-discipline.
Yeah, like exercise.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so you could learn something that doesn't specifically help you, that teaches you other things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, martial arts. I love martial arts. I took 4 years of martial arts, and I've never used it in an offensive or defensive way.
Mm-hmm.
But what it taught me was a lot more than just the art itself. It taught me discipline. It taught me what's important. Taught me why it's important to protect those I love. And, stuff like that. And so I think hobbies, to your point of you asking that question, I think hobbies can sometimes teach us other things than the hobby itself.
Yeah. So, an interesting thing to bring up for us and for anybody who may be listening is to kind of just take a look at our life and be like, well, what's the purpose of this? Why do I do it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, myself included, enjoy playing video games.
Yep.
Now, I've been finding that there really has, like, I don't know, really seeing that there is no purpose to video games. There's a very, I don't know the right word, but there's very few times where playing video games can have a decent purpose, and that's for the random content creators out there who actually make money off of this.
I would say, like, there's two. If I were to say who actually, when there's actually purpose, I'd say there's two situations. Content creators.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can use it to support your family, use it to, donate to charity, use it to even get the gospel out and be a ministry. However you can use it. If you're using video games as a vehicle to have a business, to have a ministry, cool. That, I would say, has a purpose. The second thing I would say would be playing it with friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you don't see them much and you bond well over video games. Like, I want to say like a week ago, I played Fall Guys with my 2 younger brothers and younger sister. None of us did well. We all got eliminated almost the first round every time.
Yeah.
Joseph did by far the best, and I was middle of the pack. Like, it was embarrassing how bad we did, actually.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. It was fun, and the kids don't always, I moved out, so they don't get to spend a ton of time with me. So it's like, it's a good way to bond.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something that I think, if we're looking for a purpose, again, there's no purpose in the video game itself.
Yeah.
The value Fall Guys added 0 value to my life.
Yeah.
In fact, it took value away, actually. It made me feel worse. Hurt my ego. Oh, man. But hanging out with my siblings and bonding with them, that's valuable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's just the interesting, or one of the biggest things I think we being everybody, is doing in our life is just evaluate each thing that we do. Look at the things we're doing through the day.
Yep.
So like, why am I doing this? What's the purpose?
I'm having to do that about YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Because now there's... If I had an app that only showed me my subscription feed, I would say, yeah, there's value in that. But the YouTube app does exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
They suggest anything and everything and make it as easy as possible to get distracted and watch something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had to think about that with YouTube being like, I'm spending a lot of time on YouTube and getting nothing back.
Yeah.
So it's not adding value, it's taking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an additive activity, it's a subtractive activity.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, being married,
Mm-hmm.
I have to look at things like social media and stuff and just be like, how much value is this actually, or how what's the word we're talking about right now?
How much purpose?
How much purpose does this actually have? No, it's interesting, and it's nice to be able to see what's going on in friends' lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Friends post pictures and stuff like that, especially with people that you don't get to see very often.
Yep.
That's great. But then, like you said, social media of almost every platform
Yep.
makes it very easy to do what we call doom scrolling.
Yep, it's designed
Yeah. So, like...
that way.
So it's just... So then there's a purpose. There's the purpose of being able to catch up on people's lives, or at least what they want you to see of their lives.
Yeah.
But then we have to remember that's the purpose. The purpose is not to scroll through the random everything else that they're pushing your way.
Yeah.
And so if we can take the self-discipline to catch up on friends and stop and actually be here now, then we can
use it purposefully.
Yeah, then they can have a purpose, and it can be actually useful.
But I think a lot of people, myself included, like, I try to avoid social media, and I'm starting to think I need to treat YouTube the same way. Is I get less like, if I look at the purpose to waste ratio, it's 90% waste.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge... I know you're not as much, but me specifically, I'm a huge in-person guy. Like, you like being in person as well.
Yeah.
So I would honestly, in most situations, rather just ask someone how their life's been.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I see that person, hey, what you been doing? What you been up to? And they can tell me about, like, their missions trip, or tell me about going to this place or this cool coffee shop they saw a couple weeks ago. And I personally, I like that more than seeing it on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, significantly.
Yeah.
And so I think for those who are thinking, well, I know I waste a ton of time on social media, but, like, otherwise, how do I catch up with people? It's like, you can text them. Like,
yeah.
And that's the big thing. You can text them, WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, Even Marco Polo, where it's video messages, or FaceTime. Like, set up a video call.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's alternatives to social media is basically what I'm saying.
There's a big thing that you just mentioned without actually mentioning
Yeah.
is setting up time, being purposeful about, I guess we could say, hangout time.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing that I noticed as becoming an adult and growing older is that spontaneous hangout time is pretty
It's
nearly non-existent.
borderline zero. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because, when you're a teen, there's so many things that are designed
Mm-hmm.
for you to hang out with each other.
Yes.
So you put zero effort into hanging out because, like, if you're in public school, you'll see them at school or a Christian school. Or even if you're homeschooled, you'll go to a co-op. Or we go to quiz meets. Or we go to camp. Or we go to Team Mania. Or any other youth conference. And you see a ton of friends. And so it becomes a thing where when you're a kid, you're not in the habit of purposefully taking time.
Yeah.
And so you're right. As you become an adult, you cannot rely on social media. You need to plan times. Like, I already committed to it, and I just need to find a time. I'm going to go to sushi with a certain family, the Simpsons, and catch up with them. After camp, I'm going to the Adermans. Like, I think, and then, like, probably a week or so later, I'm going to hang out with Alistair. And then you guys do game nights where you guys are putting a ton of thought, effort, money into making sure there's a space for adults to hang out.
Yeah, for young adults.
For young adults.
Yeah, and so that's, I think, especially for, people, our audience who are teens coming up in their later teen years especially, just remember that.
Yeah.
As you're growing older, as you're becoming an adult, you're getting a job, maybe becoming part of a family, like
maybe
having your
getting
own
an
family.
apartment,
Yeah, or you're moved out.
getting bills.
Yeah. Remember that, like, don't get discouraged if you're not hanging out with friends as much as you used to. Just remember that now it's time to start scheduling.
Yes.
Because you're becoming an adult. Adults have to schedule. We can't just spontaneous everything because
it doesn't work.
No.
I've tried.
There are some things I was just thinking about it, not necessarily right now, but other times, like, well, what about these that, like, those are spontaneous. And I was thinking about it, it's like, no, it's not, because the example that came to mind is we very often hang out with people after church.
Mm-hmm.
It's not spontaneous. We plan that we may hang out with people after church. That's part of the plan.
That's part of the plan. Well, and
it.
Usually Sarah will be specifically being like, hey, we should go over to your house and play. Yeah. I know how much time we have and when we have to leave and all that. Or, hey, we should go to Walmart, or we should go to Chick-fil-A, or, something like that.
Yeah, but it's always planned. We're there, we've got a certain amount of time, we're inevitably going to be hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, there's that planned time. And then if we want to get together some other time in the week, we have a group chat. And
we have multiple group chats.
We have multiple group chats.
I want to say, we got... This is going to be weird, so don't worry about this. The marshmallow chickens.
Yeah.
The fun... What is it?
Cool Beans.
Cool Beans Happy Fun Times.
Yeah.
Chat. We got Victory 2.0. We have the clowns. I think that rounds off the young adults.
From our church.
And that's just from our church.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, not necessarily the way...
chickens. The marshmallow chickens is just the entire Wisconsin. All of Wisconsin is there. But I think that is actually a good testament. A lot of us some met through IBF, camp, Team Mania, Bible quiz, and then others just kind of met. We picked some up along the way.
Uh-huh.
And I will say there's like a good group of us that are actually intentional about hanging out. Or like I think there's something planned this month, I want to say, for like going to Bay Beach or something.
I don't
In a different
know if
chat.
that ever made it to
Finality.
finality.
Yeah, because scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
Because we're all adults now and have jobs and commitments.
Yeah, but it's like just all of that, finding a purpose in what you do, and remembering. Like, I feel like one of the biggest things with finding a purpose is it's very easy to get discouraged. Very easy to feel kind of depressed, and it's like, what am I doing with my life?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a big encouragement to all of us can be to look for the purpose in things. If you're doing something that you're like, I have no purpose for this, this is just a mind-numbing time waster, find something new.
Yeah.
Find something new that has a purpose, that you can take over that spot in your life. And having a purpose in something is so encouraging.
Yes, having a purpose and a goal in life, I almost feel like is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually one thing I look for. So I love dissecting people. People that know me will know that about me.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing it. And one thing that I look for in people as they're coming up from teens to adult is, what is their goals? What is their purpose? There was one person I knew, she didn't really have a purpose for a while, and I just didn't know what to make of her. And then one year I saw her at camp, and I was like, she seems different. And I asked her, I was like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And turns out she had actually been joining the gym. And actually been having goals of getting gains and learning how to use the gym equipment and how to figure all that out. She'd been putting effort into something for a purpose, even though it's not the same purpose I would do. I'm probably gonna go to the gym sometime soon just for maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Get a membership for maintenance and also for fellowship, hanging out with some of the other guys at church that go to the gym.
Yeah.
But for her, that was her goal. She had a purpose in her life, and it's huge,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps so much with making life worth it.
Yeah.
Because I actually, now I saw this on YouTube Shorts, so this is it's the problem and the solution right now. And any teen that's gone to a teen camp that they really enjoy can relate to this. The feeling when you're driving home from an event and realize it's just a memory now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I would get it going home from Grandma's house, and then later coming home from camp and Teen Mania. And we get home, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
It's worse than depression, dude.
Sometimes it feels like it, yeah.
Yeah, but the first year that I came as a helper and not a camper, I didn't have that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is, I left knowing that I did something.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just the memories. There was fruit. There was a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I created, edited, and published 2 videos that were taken throughout the week that had to be done by the end of the week.
Yeah.
It was so much stress. I spent more time in the creatively, the head of video creative stuff. I spent more time in his cabin than my own, and that's including sleeping.
Yeah.
It was so exhausting. But we got it done. And it was so cool. And so it was that year, I was like, oh, I can't ever not go to camp. Because now I don't leave going, oh, man, it's gone. I leave going, I'm exhausted. But, we actually did something. We served the Lord. There was a purpose.
Yep.
And I love that. So that would be like my encouragement, is when you have a purpose, you have something deeper,
Mm-hmm.
something more foundational, which is what I'm going to be preaching on. What's your foundation?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're wrapping this up. We're getting near the end. What is our ultimate purpose behind everything else? It should be to glorify God.
Yeah.
And so I think we're noticing everything we were talking about is kind of circling around biblical principles. Connection with friends, connection with family, making money, helping people, serving in a ministry, just doing your job. And that's kind of what it's circling around.
Mm-hmm.
It's circling around glorifying God and doing the best with what He's given us.
Yeah.
The talents.
Mm-hmm.
That's talking about, the opportunities, the advantages that we have. Use them.
Yeah.
For God's sake, because that's what we're investing in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what is purpose? I just was thinking of something.
No. What is purpose? It's pretty. Cool.
I had a good, yeah, but it's. Man, I cannot. No, why?
You had it, man.
I did. I was like, what is it? This.
It's this. This is purpose. I mean, Ecclesiastes.
It's a goal.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
We have to set goals to have.
Mm-hmm.
To root our purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our purpose is like, well, it's what you have faith in. It's what you believe in. Because faith is action on top of belief. And things that are purposeless are things you don't believe in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that Clash Royale is going to help me.
Yeah.
I don't believe that YouTube is going to improve my life. I do believe that I can help people with this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. So we need to cut out those things that we don't believe in.
Yeah.
Because why are we doing it? It's only because of pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to focus less on pleasure and more on purpose.
Yeah.
Because purpose gives us joy, which is different than pleasure. Because pleasure is but for a moment. Whereas joy, the Bible says, is everlasting. And, we want that.
Yes.
We want that joy, the joy of our salvation, like David says.
Yeah. Well, my cup is empty, so
So is mine.
time to finish.
That would be funny. Wait, what if, we do it until our cup's empty?
It's a good idea. Let's do it.
Because you drink slow enough.
Yes.
If it's me, it's just 3 minutes. Bummer.
Anyway.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm still not quite sure what we want to do for beginning and ending, so I thought we'll just kind of cut it short. We talked about what we said we were going to talk about and gave a conclusion that we said we're going to conclude with. So if you guys want to see more, we will be posting every week, Lord willing. It's supposed to be on Wednesday every week, and I think this will be posted on time. Last week was Thursday, as you know.
That was some technical difficulties, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That has to do with the story. Stay tuned. I will talk about that, just not right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we should be good. Thank you guys so much for watching.
If you have an idea, now we have a couple ideas.
Yes.
But if you have some ideas for hey, you should start your podcast like this or end it, throw it in there. We may or may not do it.
If you have some creative ideas, please.
Yeah. Give a
And
comment.
if you have topic ideas, something you want us to talk about.
Yes.
You're like, I've always wondered about this, or like, what do two white guys think about? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do two homeschooled hillbillies think about? Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Anything that you think that would be fun to just dive into.
Yeah. Ask.
We want your theories.
Yes.
Just not the conspiracy kind.
No.
Unless it's really interesting.
Mm,
There's a few of them.
maybe then.
I'm telling you. Joe Biden's a lizard. I'm kidding.
And
With that,
we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm leaving that in.